Madam Chair, Senators Chris Daly, Nevada State Education Association. NSEA represents 40,000 teachers and education support professionals across the state. We believe that every Nevada student deserves a high-quality public education. NSEA supports SB178. We also want to find the resources needed for its most responsible implementation, or perhaps include a hold harmless provision to make sure that no school district has reduced funding with SB 178's implementation. We were pleased to support SB 508 during the 2015 session, setting forth a mechanism to adopt a weighted funding formula in the Nevada plan. NSEA strongly supports providing the additional resources necessary to educate special education, English language learners, and at-risk students. For NSEA, this is an education equity and social justice issue for every Nevada student. Despite the significant efforts made during the last session to expand school funding, Nevada continues to rank near the bottom of states in per pupil education funding. In the current budget, even with the increases proposed by the governor to special education, Zoom schools, Victory schools, and including the roll-ups in the DSA, total per pupil funding for the next biennium barely keeps up with the cost of doing business. That's why we see reports like this past week of the $29 million budget deficit contemplated in Washoe County. NSEA believes full implementation of the weighted funding formula outlined in SB 178 reflects the true costs of providing a high-quality education to every Nevada student. Per the Department of Education's fiscal note, the additional costs of full implementation would require an additional investment of over $850 million per year by the fiscal year 21. NSEA is interested in working with the sponsor of this legislation, with this committee, and with all Nevada public education stakeholders to find the resources necessary for the responsible implementation of this bill. We've been advocating for supplemental resources for public education. For example, the IP1 room tax money passed in 2009 will produce $365 million over the next biennium. While these funds were envisioned to be supplemental for public education funding, they've instead been used to supplant general fund dollars. These monies should be returned to their original intended use to supplement education funding and help implement the weighted funding formula. Meanwhile, we have $60 million in new monies proposed for ESA vouchers that could be used to help implement the weighted funding formula instead. NSEA also supports increasing the recreational marijuana tax, fixing the property tax cap, and we're open to other ideas or suggestions as well. We hope with the implementation of SB 178, no school district is penalized with less education funding. For that reason, we also are asking for a hold harmless provision in this bill. Thank you very much.